It's been the American way.
The American way.
Yes,
Okay.
and there was three of them. Our friend Bubba Sutton, who passed away in a car accident, was the third member of the American way. But Eddie joining Aaron is very dangerous. Like, Aaron's a monster in himself, and now he has the American bulldozer by his side again.
We bring the heart to the heartland, where the souls collide, streets expand, it's not arms are set high. We're bumping chops and running roads in the world of pro wrestling, where the weak will show. From the top road to the depths below, the warriors in the ring with nowhere to go. Blood, sweat, and tears, it's a battle of the wills. We bring the heart to the heartland, heart to the heartland. Turn the volume up, they can hear from hell. Everyone's ready, so let's ring the bell. Ding, 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 let's start the clock. HCW, yeah, we're bumping chops.
Welcome back to HCW's Bumping Chops, where the chops hurt and the words mean nothing. I am your host, co-owner of Heartland Championship Wrestling, Billy Simmons. Joining me, host of the Chubby Buddies podcast, Mr. Bobby Casey.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, you like that a little bit?
Thanks, everyone.
Spiced it up.
Spiced it. Thanks, everyone, for joining us for episode 6 of Bumping Chops. Bumping Chops is proudly presented to you by the Chubby Buddies Studio. And Bumping Chops can also be heard on Spotify, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio.
Yeah. So to get more exclusive content, HCW content, follow us on all of our social medias at HCW Live
23.
23. Again, that's HC Live 23 on all social platforms.
And today we have a fun episode. I think it's really just going to recap what happened last episode, which was a banger of an episode. Did you get what you wanted out of that episode, you think?
Man, I tell you what, Team Same Name was fantastic. It was a lot of fun getting to know them a little bit, kind of digging into their thoughts and opinions on not only professional wrestling, but Heartland Championship Wrestling in a whole. So I really enjoyed the episode. I thought it was very fun.
It was fun. It was also awesome to get to actually know them, like messaging back and forth. That was kind of like new to me because I've never messaged anybody I didn't know before. Like,
Right.
hey, I don't know what to ask them, so I'm just going to go with it. But no, it was fun. But we're also going to recap, not just that, we're going to recap what we went over at that show or on that episode about what matches are going to take place at Air Capital Brawl 2 happening in Wichita on September 21st?
21st.
21st.
That's facts.
1 year in Wichita. What's that feel like? 1 year being in Wichita. Pretty much I would say that's HCW's home at the moment.
Yeah, 100% Wichita is HCW's home, and it will continue to be our home. It's been an up and down roller coaster. You know, we've had shows where there was standing room only, and then we had shows that, you know, we needed some more people there. But it's growing, it's learning, it's being a part of the community. I've got so much things coming up that I'm super proud about. Like the tattoo convention is going to be an absolute blast, and that's in October. And then December we're teaming up with the Red Kettle Drive and the Salvation Army, and all ticket sales from that show is going to the Salvation Army. So just kind of giving back to the community in general and trying to embed ourselves there into Wichita because I don't plan on going nowhere.
Well, I didn't think I would ever do one like show, so doing it for 1 year in Wichita is pretty bizarre. So I appreciate the opportunity, though. Like, it's been fun.
Hey, man, like there was a need, and you do a fantastic job at what you do here. Daniel shot the idea. I was like, fuck, let's give it a try. And in all honesty, man, you've kicked ass. You should be proud of yourself for not knowing what you were getting into.
I still have no clue what the hell I'm doing.
Hey, listen, anybody that works for me knows they don't have no clue what's going to happen.
But no, it's been a lot of fun. But 1 year, it's pretty bizarre. It's awesome to watch, and like you said, there's been times where you haven't had very many people there, but it sure doesn't seem like it. They've just been loud.
They have always been loud, and that's what I love about Wichita. It doesn't matter if there's 60 or 600.
I would say your
think
smallest
it's
show
gonna
was the
be-
Kansas Ice Bowl, that the coldest game in NFL history.
Yeah.
And they still showed up. It was 100 people there.
Yeah, I think that probably was the smallest show, and we, unfortunately, my Dolphins lost to the Chiefs that day.
The Ice Bowl.
Yeah, it's stupid. Speaking of my Dolphins, tonight we play the Bills.
I think it'll be a good game.
I think it should be a fun game. NFL's back. I
NFL is
absolutely love the NFL. I'm almost as passionate about the NFL as I am wrestling. So
Everybody's excited with the NFL. Like everybody's in a total different mood when football's going on.
yeah, it brings people together. It the camaraderie, the shit talking, the everything. You know about that shit talking. You're a Cowboys fan.
Yeah,
You
but
get it all the
I don't
time.
even talk about it. That's the bad thing. It's like with the whole signing of Dak Prescott. I was the first person to talk shit because that was the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen.
Why?
He's wasting money. No, he's wasting money.
Oh, Bobby.
He's wasting money. I
You're
don't think
dumb.
I don't think he's the answer for the long run because now he can't pay for anybody on that defense. Not one person is going to be able to pay now.
The NFL is just going up and to the left.
Yeah.
The money of players are going up and to the left, right?
Yeah.
So, Dak's contract now is like when Patrick Mahomes got the $100 million contract.
Over 10 years, not 5.
But you see what I'm saying? No one expected that, and the jaw dropping of everybody. Dak Prescott is a hell of a quarterback. He deserves every dime
Not
he got paid.
denying that at all. But what I'm saying is now he can't. He's like, you've got 2 great defensive players getting ready to come up for re-sign, and that's what I'm worried about.
But the
next
cap's
year.
going to go up.
Not enough to pay both of them for a long-term contract.
You never know. Incentives and fucking,
Your cap, the cap is going to go up. I'm not denying that, but not for a long-term contract. So the last time this happened was when we had DeMarco Murray on our team.
Okay.
Let's not forget that we paid Tony Romo the money, but we couldn't pay DeMarco Murray. We sent him to the Eagles, and what happened? He disappeared. Nobody ever saw him really play good again.
Okay.
That's what's crazy.
What does that say about, is it the team's fault or the player's fault?
Well, no, I'm not. I'm saying it's Jerry Jones' fault. Jerry Jones just jumps the gun way too much. He shouldn't be a GM, that's for sure.
I don't know, man.
We already talked about this.
Listen, you're a Cowboys fan, but you're a fucking hater.
I'm a hater on Jerry
Golly.
Jones. I'm a hater on Jerry Jones. It's dumb. But anyway,
All right,
the
back to
NFL is
wrestling.
back. No, but what about college football? Are you as much of a fan of college football as you are anything
I'm
else?
not.
I've never had this man text me so much on one day. I was like, is this dude all right? Is he on his meds?
That's the problem. Is I'd gotten a tooth infection, so I was on antibiotics. So I was sitting at the house, and I had
okay.
nothing to
So it
do
makes
but
sense.
watch college football. And so I watched college football all day and slept off and on and dealt with my tooth pain's the worst pain in
It is the worst pain.
ever, yeah. But so I sat around, watched college football, slept off and on, and Notre Dame. I don't know what happened there. I expected.
I don't
them
know
to-
how you're a 30-point favorite at all in college, especially Notre Dame. They shouldn't have been a 30-point
But you
favorite.
could tell from the beginning your quarterback was off. Like everything was just didn't seem to click.
They read that stat line before the game.
Yeah. So
It was crazy.
and it happens, and I think that's why it's good that college went to the
Nil.
playoff
yeah.
playoff system, so that way one loss doesn't mean y'all are out of the playoff contention. It doesn't mean you're out of contention for the main title. But
I would say probably one more bad loss like that, we're out.
yeah, especially if you lose to another unranked team. That
I'm surprised we're not out of the top 25, to be honest. So, but hey, it wasn't a bad game. Like, it wasn't a bad game for I would rather watch games like that, like a team overcome, like even my team. I would rather watch that happen than a blowout, like 64-0. Any day.
I mean, I don't know. I like good games, but if my team's killing them, I'm super excited
I'm
because I ain't
happy.
stressed.
Right, but if it's not your team and that's the only thing on, I would rather watch a game
then
like
I'd
that.
rather watch a super close game.
Yeah.
It was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, but that is football, and tonight is week 2, starting with the
Miami
Dolphins and the
Dolphins.
Bills on Amazon
Go
Prime.
Fins. always.
But you said that you were happy to get some insight from not just them as professional fans or professional wrestling fans, they were HCW fans, and that
Correct.
that showed, I think, more of an abundance of joy for you, is because how depth they were able to specify what they liked about the company.
Yeah, and so one of my things as a promoter, as a wrestler from for a long time is the how do I move and give the fans what they want? And there's going to be times where I'm not going to, but I do that on purpose. Because when I give it to them like they want, they blow up, they love it. But as far as running the show, how can I make that better? And having an outside perspective that's not someone close to me, give me that outside information and let me know, hey, you are doing a good job. Like, we plan on not missing a show now. We're pushing your product also.
First show ever. That's
right.
Wild.
And so things like that really make me happy, I love feedback like that. Positive feedback, negative feedback. And just give me feedback. We're all humans. We all make mistakes, but we all try to get better, and I want to get better every day.
And I bet you he's already fixed that whole concession stand issue real quick.
Yeah. Poor guys.
But,
I still think that Ray needs to buy their lunch next time.
Oh, buy their lunch at Chuck's Hot Chicken.
Bro, Chuck's is good.
I think I'm going to try that before the show next time.
I'm talking to them about a sponsorship.
Chuck's?
Oh, yeah.
That'd be cool. But I'm going to go buy my lunch there before we go.
Yeah, you should. Smart.
Well, I usually get Chipotle because I absolutely love Chipotle. And after a show there, I've sweat so much that I come home and I devour a bowl of Chipotle.
A whole bowl? Just
a
gone?
whole bowl gone. Which I make my nachos out of it.
Oh, okay.
It's amazing. But no, what would you say would be your favorite part of the, outside of HCW part, what was your favorite part of the conversation with Team Tim Name?
You take HCW out of I love professional wrestling in general.
Right.
So, kind of knowing their background on Jordan being so
he was like Jordan, our
Yeah.
Jordan,
Yeah.
with names
And
of wrestlers, damn.
It was so nice to kind of see that. And then when Joe was talking about Survivor Series and stuff that was the times where I remember a lot of that, and it was a great time of wrestling, and knowing that they've watched for a while and they fell off, and now that wrestling's coming back around, they're coming back around, and then coming to a live show and really enjoying it just made it so much fun to talk to them about it, to get their insight on everything.
Did it surprise you with their answers about their overrated wrestler? Him having Brock Lesnar on that, it didn't surprise me as much as hers, because I actually have, I guess, appreciation for the Logan brothers in general, just for what they've been able to do for sports in general. Outside of YouTube, they've been able to actually make something of their specified sport.
Right, and so everyone has people they think different, opinions, but I think we changed her mind just a little bit. Might not have changed her mind, but maybe made her think about it for a second.
You ain't gonna change mine about the Miz.
And
that's just all there is to it.
Listen, haters are gonna hate.
But I do like how I spun that back on you. How I was able to switch it up, overrated, heel. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, but I do see it from a different standpoint for you, because you appreciate wrestling entirely, not just who they are, what they've done, or where they came from, but wrestling as a whole. If you're able to go out there and do it day to day or week to week and be actually in the big game, you can't say that somebody's overrated.
Yeah, I 100% agree. If you like I said in the other episode, if they've made it to that stage,
they've already proven
they're
to you
better than
90% of the small
most
guys.
people out there.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of very, very, very good wrestlers on the independent scene. A lot of times it's about timing. A lot of times it's about timing. A lot of times it's about right place. You know what I mean? And then
Somebody in the crowd can see you.
hitting on the opportunities, because some people might be given an opportunity and they fail at it, and maybe they go on and they're super good, but that opportunity that would have got them to that next level they missed, and now they're having to work to try to get that opportunity again.
Right.
So,
Like, how many people do you think have gone to a show, like a small venue like that, and somebody in the crowd was just there to watch it, and they're like, "Oh shit, I need to call this dude about this dude." Like, do you think that happens more than we actually see or believe?
I'm sure there's scouts for all the
Not even
major
scouts,
companies
just by
everywhere.
accident. They're just there just
Or
to enjoy
friends
it.
of friends of people. It's just how wrestling works. Is no one's gonna know how good you are until someone
Sees
puts
you.
your name in front of them.
Or even just sees you.
Yeah.
It's like,
so
oh shit.
that's why it just takes a while.
Well, I guess also last show we covered like you brought the big guns out by telling everybody the main event for Air Capital Brawl 2.
Of course.
And I, along with Team Sammy, was like, man, it's like, Jesus. Like, either he hates these guys or he really loves them. But, like, you created a tag team match between, I would say that they don't hate each other. It's almost like,
Are you talking about Ray and Drake?
yeah, Rain Drake. Like, it's like you're pissing in my corner, so now I'm going to piss in yours. Like, it's kind of like that at that point.
I don't know.
Before this match.
You've seen Drake's actions towards Ray.
Do you think
I
he
don't
hates
know.
him, though? I don't think he hates him. He's like,
Maybe he has a strong dislike.
okay. Because he was on here and he gave him so much
Listen,
props.
yes, he respects his wrestling
Gotcha.
ability, but Ray Leon spilt Drake Gallows' blood.
A lot of it.
Plain and simple. Yeah. So, can they coexist? But Aaron Helms and Eddie Rydell are no fucking slouch.
And what is their tag team what was their tag team name?
It's been the American way.
The American Way.
Yes,
Oh,
and
wow.
there was 3 of them. Our friend Bubba Sutton, who passed away in a car accident, was the 3rd member of the American Way. But Eddie joining Aaron is very dangerous. Like, Aaron's a monster in himself, and now he has the American Bulldozer by his side again. That's not a good thing for
Well,
the
that's not a
locker
good
room,
thing,
actually.
But them also, like, not getting along with each other could also make them get the L in the long
Yeah,
run.
and who knows? Like, we're rolling into this match and seeing if 2 guys can coexist to fight 2 massive individuals.
Out of those 2, who do you see being the man and saying, "Hey, we just need to cut this off and try to get this W"?
I think both of them will put things to the side for the moment, because I think both their goals is trying to take that title off of Aaron Helms.
Touche.
So we'll see how it goes.
And not only that, now I don't know if you actually gave like the order of things. Did you want to go over other matches before I get to, or the other one that we announced was Mindy Grace.
Right.
Was pretty much Dick Richards came out and said she still needs to prove what she's worth before she just gets the title given to her or whatever it was.
Correct.
But,
So basically, he said he had to she had to earn that title opportunity,
And this
then
is where
he
you
gets
agreed
to
with
pick.
Dick.
I do. She needs to earn it. I understood Heidi's reasoning on wanting to hand her the belt because that is who she was supposed to face. She was the number 1 contender. What I don't agree with is Dickie getting to hand pick all the individuals that Mindy faces.
Gotcha.
And I think he said she has to face and beat 2 people before he'll give her the title match, and then he'll tell her who that opponent will be right before the match.
And her first one, the way that you spoke about Lilith Grimm was like, this is not going to be an easy route for her.
No, if you know, like if you listened to the podcast, you went and listened or looked up Lilith Grimm, like I told you, like Lilith's no slouch. She's wrestled for a while. Appreciate it. She's wrestled for a while. She's a beast in the ring and stays in the gym. She carries a Thor's hammer around, and she's dangerous.
I didn't have to look her up. She had some clips come up on Facebook that, like, when I think just over the weekend she was in Oklahoma, was it?
Probably.
Where she was just at, and that's where I saw these clips. Like, oh, or no, was she also at who was it? The one that I-70 fellas. Was she at their show too?
I'm not sure.
Either way, one of those two shows were going on, and her clips came out over the weekend, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, Lilith's a good worker. She's and she's she'll fuck.
She has a lot of Heidi vibes to her, like the way that she actually moves in the ring and stuff like that. Her interactions with the crowd are also like, let's not deny her that either.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So, and then we got a few more. Like this episode comes out on Monday, correct?
the Monday before Air Capital Brawl 2.
So, we have agreed to give Kit Reaver his rematch with Hector De Oro.
Ooh.
So it will be Kit Reaver versus Hector. We also are having the return of Kargar and Ricky Wingrave.
Ooh.
And they will face the tag team of Darian Jekyll and Balasong. Simon Balasong, that kid is a
Wiry
unique
fella.
individual. One of the hardest workers in the room, and I don't know what his little head keeps telling him, but now he has this monster on his side, and that's not a good combination in my eyes.
And who is that? You said what, Jekyll?
Darian Jekyll.
Darian Jekyll.
We've seen him a few times. He faced Ray, I think, when we first seen him. And I think we've seen him once other time. But just a big monster. He's a brute. He's a bruiser. And now he's got that sinister Simon Balasong on his corner. So we'll see how that goes. But Ricky and Kargar are no slouches. They've very well known to the HCW crowd, and it's going to be a fun match.
I do like a Kargar.
Yeah,
I think the Wichita they need Kargar.
And Kargar's Kargar's a fighter, man.
Oh yeah.
I think Kargar's fought his whole life, and he ain't stopping anytime soon.
And they got their first W as a tag team like 2 months ago, I think.
Yeah.
And that's how long it's been since Wichita's seen those two together.
That's true.
So
That's true.
it's going to be exciting.
Another big announcement is the independent champion, Chance Kerrigan, is doing an open challenge. He said anyone in the back wants to step up and face him for this belt, the door's open. And so that will kick off of our show. So our VIP match will be the Simon Balasong and Darian Jekyll versus Kargar and Ricky. And then match one to start the night will be Rolling with Chance Kerrigan
And an open
in an
Independence title
open
match.
Independence Championship title match.
Wow, that's exciting.
So it'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
Welcome back to Wichita.
Yeah. Chance is a fighter. He said it multiple times. He's the
Undefeated.
He is undefeated. He has never lost.
An individual match.
Correct. Which is crazy. Like,
I told
he
Daniel
tells
that.
everyone he's the
like, he needs to
workhorse.
lose.
I mean, Daniel's a hater, kind of like you are with your own Cowboys.
But I admit it though. He's just sitting over there quiet.
Yeah, he's just a little sissy boy.
Yeah. And for those that don't see this, he's flipping us off. His old bitch boy. Anyway.
Anyways, going on, another huge match that I think the crowd's going to very much enjoy will be Logan Knight versus Dutch McLean.
Ooh.
And I think that'll be a unique match that could be very fun.
As long as everybody is on their best behavior, yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We don't need no only friends out there coming out.
Oh, man, listen. Stormy's not supposed to be there. So hopefully...
He's a key word, supposed to.
But also,
Not supposed to be.
last time we seen Stormy, she walked out
Happy.
Yeah, with Cameron Burnett, like
she wasn't happy. She was just like she
Well,
was
I mean,
almost like
she was
I got
beat
everything out of my
up.
chest. Yeah, she went through a table, tried to go through a table like 6 other times and didn't work.
that was we're gonna put biceps on that table and just put him in the ring.
Yeah, it was like, damn, that table beat everybody.
Yeah, fuck. I don't know if Remington Roar could have went through that.
It's
table.
like I don't want to break.
We'll announce one more match right here. The other match announcement I'd like to make is the returning Johnny Faith will face none other than the youngster, Gorgeous Gavin Bush.
Ooh.
And Gavin's been running his mouth at training, talking about how he's going to mop the floor with Johnny Faith, and that he is too pretty to be in there with someone like Johnny. And if Johnny messes with his hair, it'll be the last time Johnny's in a ring. And listen, this kid has just lost his mind. So I'm excited for this one. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, Johnny's coming back from just a weird injury that happened. Like,
yeah, he got a bursitis in his elbow, which
looked nasty.
Oh, it was bad. His whole arm was black and blue.
Nothing can take that man down, though. Not a heart attack.
Nah, he's a fighter. It's Johnny Faith. That's what he does.
For
he
him
fights.
to say that, it kind of blows my mind. Like, this dude's overcame a heart attack, recovered from the heart attack, came back, and then has had this weird injury, but is now coming back.
Blown up in the military.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like, Johnny Faith has overcome odds and odds and odds his whole life.
He's a man.
He's a fighter.
He's a man to live by.
He's a fighter.
So, but that is now, and there's no in particular order except for the first two that you named. So we're just going to be surprised by what's happened. Now, is there anything special going on with 50-50 raffle this time?
And so I think the 50-50 raffle is just going to be a regular 50-50 raffle. But we've been able to do some good stuff here lately. So
yeah, that was a pretty awesome turnout for Jan Carter, and
you know she's every little bit helps when you're in a situation like that. So it was awesome for our crowd to step up and help out like they did.
But now, did we want to name what's going on now? And that show is also taking place September 21st. Doors at the Osage Rec Center. Doors open at 5 p.m. for VIP access, and the bell rings at 6. Come ready, and also make sure that if you are a VIP member, pay attention to that $5 voucher. All right, $5 voucher.
It's on the ticket now.
It's on the ticket now. So team, same name, got that job done.
Yeah.
So
listen, your complaint was heard, and
open door policy.
Daniel did the work to get the job done. So yeah.
Now, for our next show, did you want to give that name and date probably, or did you want to wait?
So we have, after this one, will be October 19th in Leavenworth, Kansas.
Ooh.
And then it will be Wake the Dead.
Wake the Dead's in Leavenworth this year?
Yes, because we are doing a big tattoo convention for our show the last part of October.
Oh, okay.
So the only show in Wichita for October will be at the tattoo convention, but it is a Saturday and a Sunday. So we'll have more details about that coming soon on our social medias, and it's going to be a fun time.
So make sure you're following on Facebook and Instagram to get that information.
For sure.
So let's move on to Bumpers and Chops. First, I didn't do this last episode, and I wasn't even thinking about it, but to acknowledge like our winner of the, I guess, segment, is that what you want to call this one, on Today in Wrestling History. So since this episode comes out on September 16th, which is Monday before the show of September 21st.
Correct.
It says here, in 1995... ECW held the first Gangsta's Paradise pay-per-view. It was on the show that both Rey Mysterio Jr. and, let's see if you know how to pronounce this, because it looks like a side effect rather than a name.
Psychosis.
Oh, that's not how you spell psychosis, but all right.
That's what it is.
And that's why I was like, Picasios? made their ECW debuts against each other, with Mysterio going over in the main event of the show. So I don't remember that at all. Do you?
Maybe I said, I don't know.
I didn't know. I didn't know he even came to. I didn't know Rey Mysterio was in ECW.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of the older workers came through ECW after they left WCW, and then they went over on to WWE.
But that is your fun fact of the episode.
Awesome,
So
good job. Fun fact of the
yeah.
episode.
Now I do like thinking about that. Like when I don't know if you watch 6 Feet Under with the Undertaker. Like he talked about like the business side of things. Like he talked about like who he would want is like his essentially his first pillar in the business.
Gotcha.
Did you ever watch that episode?
No, I haven't, as much as I run, I haven't jumped into his podcast yet, and which is weird because Undertaker was one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. So why I'm not listening to him already, I have no clue. But I haven't listened.
Time
to
is
him
of
yet.
the essence. I know. I mainly see clips and then I'll go back and listen to part of that part of the episode.
Gotcha.
But he gets into like specifics, and that's what I enjoy about it. Like he'll ask him about business. He said if he was going to start a company today, the first person he would put into his company for essentially the first building block into it was Kane. He said he's a business guy. He knows who he is not, and he doesn't talk down to people.
Yeah, that's great things to, go by like that. Why wouldn't you put a pillar like that as your first mainstay? That's a fantastic one.
But yeah, that's what it was just intriguing because you don't see or hear wrestlers talk about the business side of things because they don't own a business. They work for a business usually. So, but there's been like a lot of ins and outs with like who's coming to WrestleMania and all that stuff. I don't know if you follow all that stuff. It's like teasers or whatever, but it looks like some names that are being dropped, like Brock Lesnar. Like, are you excited for that?
Yeah, Brock Lesnar is good for business. Like,
As he should be. I mean,
if
size
you
is-
don't respect Brock Lesnar, tell him to his face. There you go.
And that's what's
I'm
funny.
just saying,
And that's
like, that dude will out wrestle you in what we do, and then out fuck you up in what everyone else does.
I would like me and Daniel were actually talking about UFC matches. Like we were talking about John Jones, right, in his prime versus Brock Lesnar in his prime. Like we honestly think that Brock Lesnar is going to win, just because of how good of a wrestler he is.
Brock Lesnar was just taken to the ground.
That's the point. Like
Yeah, John Jones is so lanky that would be a super advantage, but Lesnar's not afraid. Lesnar would shoot and go.
yeah,
And so, who knows? Like, what would the weight difference be there, though?
no, like because you cap out at 265 in UFC, so like that's the heaviest you can weigh. So Brock Lesnar couldn't weigh more than that. I think the heaviest he was 260 in UFC. So, and John Jones, just his last one was like 240. So, I mean, that's really not like weight is weight. I get that, but like John Jones is arguably the greatest UFC fighter of all time.
Okay.
But Brock Lesnar, I think in his prime, if he would have just stuck with UFC and didn't necessarily have that UFC or WWE run, like I think he just blows John Jones out of the water. The fist size, like I don't know if I was reading his fist size.
Like
His fist is mine together. That's how big his one fist is.
nice.
I ain't getting hit with that for no money. For no amount of money am I going to get hit by that.
Shit, give me a milk. You knock me
mil?
the fuck out. Right here.
You probably ain't going to wake up to spend that mill either.
Yeah, I wake up.
You ain't going to remember that you got a mill either.
Huh?
Probably won't remember you got a mill.
I fucking will. Listen, it might be a couple days, but I'm gonna go to. Then I'm gonna go fucking invest it, and then I'm gonna be way more than a mil.
Well, I've been following a lot of like wrestling like topics and stuff like that, so that's why I kind of wanted your input about that. Like, who do you think would be a good building block outside of Kane? Like, if you look at all those wrestlers out there, like when you go down to you started a company and you picked like who is your number one person?
I had unlimited resources,
and
anybody active today.
they don't necessarily need to be a wrestler either. But from the business side of things, what do you like? What are you looking for? Like, what's your game plan?
So if I owned a business, I can bring in whoever I want to run whatever part I want.
Yep.
Triple H.
Triple H.
Yeah.
And that's like I'm assuming like
Look what he's doing with WWE.
Oh yeah. Would you want him doing what he's doing now
Yeah.
in the WWE? Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly where he would go. That who wouldn't? In my opinion, he's doing fantastic.
I'm not saying
Wrestling
that he
is
not,
growing and getting more and more popular, and
what do they call in this era?
Wrestlers are getting paid more, getting insurance, getting taken care of. There's not only the WWE, AEW's doing well, TNA's firing up and doing well. Ring of Honor's kind of went down a little bit, but they're still out rocking and rolling. NWA's still out running and rolling. So there's some good big area things, but if you have one guy to pillar your whole business around, why would you not go Triple H, who's doing so much with wrestling right now?
Okay, so like what I would say, like from what I have seen, is that I would give you props that I've seen him go to like small shows, like small independent shows, to either get talent or just to see how things are ran, and then he makes a special appearance in the ring. It's like, whoa, like you never saw that from like other management, if you know what I mean.
You say that, but there's all kinds of stories back when Vince was get up and going, where him and JR went and sat in independent shows watching wrestlers, because they know you find people. And then Vince said, I'm tired of doing that. We're going to grow our own. And they started doing that since. And, you can still get into the East. Just takes a lot more work from the independent level because they grow their own.
Okay, so outside of the business side of things, who's the first wrestler you go with no hindrance on money or anything like that? Who's the first person you booked to wrestle in a match for your company after that? And this is off the whim here.
From any company.
From any company.
Man. There's so many good
Say
ones.
his name. No.
So, it's not Joe Henry.
Joe Hendry?
Oh, yeah. He's good.
All you got to do is say his name.
I mean, active, right?
Well, I mean,
Yeah, we got to go
you have
active.
to do
There's
that
too much
because-
if we
yeah.
don't, yeah.
because you can't say
Active,
The Undertaker because
right.
that's going to bring so
Active,
much shit.
I'm going to go Roman Reigns.
I figured you were either going to say that or the 6'6". Is it that whole group, maybe? Just for, like, the creativity side of things. That would
love
be
that
crazy.
group. I love the creativity of that group, but if I'm going a pillar wrestler, it's Roman Reigns.
What was that, Daniel? So, CM Punk. Do you disagree with that?
What?
That he's going to make you the
CM
most
Punk
money?
deal?
That he'll make you the most money? Because that's not necessarily the ultimate goal. Yeah, you want to make money, but like in the long run, like who's going to bring the best shows? Who's going to bring the best matches? Who's going to bring...
CM Punk, you can't deny CM Punk, but I'd still Roman Reigns.
Okay.
I stand behind that.
Well, let's get into, I guess, let's call this the dirty part of things. Like,
Okay.
Like, we all know what's coming out. Vince McMahon's special thing on Netflix that's coming out. And is that Untold, I think, is who's actually making that on Netflix. It's the Vince McMahon Untold docu-series / documentary thing. And I kind of wanted to know your input about, like, do you think this is a good thing or a bad thing for wrestling in a whole?
I think that it'll air some more dirty laundry of Vince's that'll make people go, man, is wrestling really like that? Where little incidences doesn't mean it's all like that. So that worries me a little bit, but it'll be interesting. Like,
is there anything good to come out of it? Is what I'm like. That's my question. Like, yeah, we know, like, we've heard everything that, like, a little bit of everything about what's been going on. Like, we might hear from people that we haven't heard from yet, like, have different stories or different takes on what happened. But, like, in a whole, like, how is this?
I can't answer that until I see it.
Okay.
Because
you
I
have some
can't
people that
say,
have.
I can't go, this is going to do this, it's going to do that. Let me watch it. Let me see what it's about, what it intakes. Like, it can't be any worse than the Dark Side of the Ring stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
And that's from like
for a
plethora
lot of
of
people,
different-
yeah.
yeah.
So, you know, the world today is about knowledge.
what
This
not
person,
to do.
this person, you know, where did they go wrong? What did they do right? The world's about knowledge. And I think that documentary will give a lot of knowledge because this man done some bad things,
Yeah.
but he's run a hell of a business.
And that's like I was on a live show, and I think Daniel was actually watching that, like when they were debuting a beard product company. It was EDC Beard Co. One of the questions was like, who do you think is like who do you think should be gifted with like who I guess is the greatest of all time for wrestling as a whole, not just wrestler, but all that. I had to say like you can't deny Vince McMahon, like with where it is now. Yeah, it's bad with the stuff that he did, but like all the stuff, like we wouldn't be where we are now if you didn't have him. Almost like Dana White in the UFC. Like you wouldn't have anything MMA if it wasn't for Dana White.
I don't disagree.
So like I don't think you can deny McMahon. But yeah, all the stuff like you wish that some of that stuff never happened or all of it never happened. Now I don't know how much of it's true or how much of it is a false like or a fallacy or anything like that. But I just was like, man, like if they have, because nothing's actually been charged for him, have they? Or has it? Like, has he been charged with any crimes or anything like that? I don't know.
I haven't paid too much attention.
And that's why I was kind of like,
He left WWE. Triple H took over. He can
how
deal
many
with
times
his,
has he left
he can
WWE?
he can deal with his own personal demons now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He's left
like,
how many
that's
times?
Not, he's never left fully. This is the first
okay.
time he's ever left fully.
Gotcha.
But you know, he's will deal with his personal demons now, and it'll be outside the wrestling community, and that
Wild.
for that much I respect.
Yeah. But you do wish that it never happened. Like, everybody should. And if you don't, then,
Yeah,
like, the human
that's-
part of you was just
right.
like, man.
Yeah, like no one should do shitty stuff.
Right. It's
You
kind of
know?
weird, though. Like, you don't, like, I don't know how much of that's actually in other sports outside of, like,
It's
entertainment
everywhere.
wise. Well, I know, but entertainment wise,
Look at
like,
how much
acting
stuff,
and
yeah.
all that stuff.
So-
but I'm saying like NFL. Did we hear anything like that in the NFL or like professional sports? Is where I'm going with like.
But you hear that shit everywhere.
right? But like we're saying, we only hear it in the entertainment business. Like we don't hear about it in the NFL. Like football players aren't coming forward.
Yes, you
with it.
do.
Really? How about the stuff that was going on?
All kinds of. Always.
Oh, okay, yeah. But to this caliber, though, like NFL, like really, I never. But also, like the weird things that I heard, like with who was that? Chill Sona. Did you ever watch him? Do you ever listen to him talk? No. Oh man, he had some crazy stories. That's why.
Sometimes maybe you get too caught up in other stuff.
No, just listening to like because I didn't know anything about this until well after it already happened. So I was
Right.
like, oh man, because I wasn't following it. But when you actually follow, it's kind of like, why does this shit keep popping up on my phone? It's like, why do I keep seeing like he did this, he did that? Well, when all that happens, it's like it's coming down on a landslide. It's not good for business.
Anyways, I don't like talking about negative shit. Let's get to something positive.
Oh, well, what positive stuff do you
I don't know, but I don't like negative shit. You know that. So let's get to something positive.
Okay, so looking at business side of things, okay? Let's go with the wrestler's aspect of things. What do you think makes a great promo?
Being precise, knowing your gimmick, and practice. Practice in the mirror, practice in the shower, practice in anywhere you can get hold of, practice. You know what you want to say in the direction you're going and execute. There's different good promos. Someone that's gimmick is funny can cut a funny promo and it still be a good promo and get the point across. You get a good heel that'll cut a direct in-your-face promo. There's good promos. Jake the Snake's silent, very direct to the point. He wasn't over-exaggerated. He was a matter of fact. This is what's going to happen. Very good promos. And then you had Dusty Rhodes, where he's everywhere. He's all over the place. He's, does the whole big
That's a show.
Yeah, and so there's ways. It's really about, do you know who you are as a wrestler? Can you portray that to the audience and be precise on your words? And if a promo goes over a minute, you're probably going to lose the attention of people.
So, like, would you say, what would be the hardest thing that you had to, like, overcome? Was it, like, getting down to the, like, words you wanted to say, probably?
Yeah.
Or the voice that you were trying to come up with?
I never changed my voice, really, for wrestling.
No, and I'm not saying, like, your actual voice. I'm saying, like what route you're wanting to go with, like, suspense, or, like, I'm saying what type of mood you were trying to set with your voice. Not necessarily your actual voice.
Yeah, it was so I took acting classes in high school.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was in...
like drama and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's helped. And then, I've always known who I was in the ring. I knew it from when we were backyard wrestling. I knew it from when I went to HCW and was training to be a professional wrestler. I've known who I was in the ring. I've not always had a mask. I started most of my career without one. But it's facial expressions, getting your point across, and to the point.
Right, and that's where I think that, like, backyard wrestling could almost, like, raise some, like, red flags for you as a person that's trying to find their voice or trying to find out who they are. Because, like, usually in backyard wrestling, you're trying to mimic somebody else. Kind of like how Brett or Walter used to do, like, their own thing. It's like they're kind of stealing from other people, but they're making it funny.
Yeah, but we all steal from everybody.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't think there's many entrances that hadn't... some part of it's haven't been
right,
done.
and that's why I'm saying, like, backyard wrestling, like, for you, like, backyard wrestling didn't hurt you because you already knew what happened. But I could see that being a problem for other people down the road. Like, somebody who is a backyard wrestler is, like, not good at promos, not good at talking. Like, I'm gonna try to do this, and then it doesn't work for them. I'm gonna try to do this until they actually say it. So, who is your favorite promo person as of today? Whether they're favorite promo person, yeah. Who cuts the best promos in your opinion?
Son of a gun.
Why are you looking like that, Daniel? He's like, this should be easy.
Like, are you saying current?
Currently.
Of all time.
Oh, of all time?
Okay.
Of all time.
Dusty.
Oh, okay.
That's
like-
easy.
It's like, man, why are you cutting that? So, like, why are you making a big...
It is currently, that's all.
Currently would
yeah.
be hard.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, because of...
There's a lot of good promo cutters. CM Punk's excellent at it. Fucking mic drop promo is one of the biggest things for a long time. So you can't deny his promo cutting ability. Kevin Owens, I think, cuts good promos. Randy fucking Orton, they need to give him another fucking world title run because he's fucking good. That would be another pillar.
Randy Orton.
Oh yeah.
And look at their family lineage, like what they've been raised in this business.
Right.
And that also helps a lot too.
And here's the cool thing about Orton. Orton will go out and work people and help get them over to better the future of wrestling. And you need people like that. And that's WWE's doing a very good job of older wrestlers passing the torch, and I absolutely love it.
So, like, and I'll try to keep this part short. So, like, when you look at, like, I guess promos for HCW in a whole, like, I'm assuming that length is your biggest thing. You don't want anything long for your wrestlers when they send them to you first.
Right.
What's the next thing after that? Length, and then what? Does it make sense to you?
Don't do the holding your camera. Listen, you're going to cut me a promo, I'm not putting that on my social media.
Okay.
Get out, have someone record it, or set up your little stand. Whatever you need to do, make it unique. The better your promos are, the better it's going to look for our crowds.
Dutch does a pretty good job.
Dutch does a good job. And he pushes our sponsor, which is IC Cairo. So,
he goes and visits them.
Yep, all the time, pushes them. We, cuts his promos there. So that's fantastic.
Kane does good ones.
Kane Carter.
I've
cuts
only
good
seen two of
promos.
his.
Johnny
though, so.
Faith cuts good
Oh,
promos.
yeah.
Johnny Faith right now probably cuts some of the best promos. Just because he puts so much into them.
He uses his fan base.
Yeah,
he gives the
uses
fan base the
everything.
name and everything.
So-
Battle buddies.
That he does a great job.
I haven't seen many of the I've seen like the backstage promos, yeah, but like those are more like it almost seems like that long one that Stormy had a while back. Like it was a little long, but like she got her point across. And I think with some of the storylines, kind of like with Cameron Burnett or anything that's going on before a title match, especially like you kind of need that little bit extra information, probably.
Yeah, and I think so. We have a huge tag match coming up that I didn't announce that will go out pretty soon. In the promo, one of the tag teams that's coming in, their promo was about 2 minutes, but they had to tell what's been going on. And so, I'm all right with that. But I like a minute promo. It gets too long, I get bored myself. If I'm getting bored, my crowd's gonna get bored.
And that's why I was watching all these ones on HCW one time, and I was like, I wonder like what his like criteria is for that.
Yeah, I like minute or less.
Who's made you laugh the hardest out of HCW wrestlers? Like with one of their promos, like something that they did, like some of the ones that make me laugh my ass off is chronicling violence. Like oh man.
You guys are idiots. They're so funny.
Yeah.
Tina
Valentino is funny.
Too bad they're jerks, but chronicling violence can be funny.
I've caught myself laughing, and Jamie would go, "What are you laughing?" I was like, "You don't want to know."
Yeah, they're probably the funniest. ACFC cut some very funny ones too.
Okay.
I've seen ACFC cut some good ones.
I don't want to interject. I'm offside the screen. But Brandon's battler meet Madison's promo.
What? Okay. Well, come over here and say that again. Brandon Battler.
All right, I'll listen. So when
I like this.
When he was wrestling as Brandon Battler, he cut this promo, and it was a 4-man dance, but it was all like huge guys, and we called it Meat Madness. And he cut this promo about Meat Madness, and it was the funniest promo that guy has ever done in his life.
He is a funny dude by
and
not even trying.
Cracked me up. And it was before he jumped into the new gimmick.
Cottonwood.
Yeah, which that one's fantastic.
Brandon
also,
Cottonwood.
So, yeah. But yeah, it was a hilarious promo. I agree. I definitely agree.
Okay. I just like those type of. What were you saying? He's still over there laughing. Is it on HCW's like?
Oh yeah, it's somewhere.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go watch it
because it's hilarious.
We named it Meat Madness because of the
Yeah. Oh, that's true. He called it Meat Madness, so we changed the name of the match to Meat Madness. That is right. Yeah,
okay, that's awesome.
Hilarious.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that one.
Yeah,
so this
good.
was like pretty early then. So this was like probably November-ish, December-ish, probably.
Yeah.
Before Road to Legacy.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm definitely.
It might have been at or right before Road to Legacy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I think he premiered at Road to Legacy,
Maybe.
didn't he?
I don't remember, but
I'm
yeah, it
check
was.
this one out.
Last chance.
It might have been.
Oh, so the second show into the. Okay, that'll be fun.
Meat Madness. God, that promo.
But I.
Oh, bro, you should pull it up on the episode for sure. That would be funny.
Okay. Well,
It's good.
I'll pull it up before when I say hey, is it on their Facebook? Well, here, let's just cut to it.
Cool.
So I'll do that.
All right.
But hey, man, I think that's an episode right there. But I mean, 1 week away today. Well, what's today? Today is Thursday, so 6 days from Monday.
6 days from when y'all hear this, Saturday night, September 21st, Air Capital Brawl 2. It's going to be a fantastic show, and your main event is Aaron the Prodigy Helms and Eddie Rydell, The American Way, versus the illustrious Ray Leon and Drake Gallows.
Banger.
After banger.
After banger. No Meat Madness at this one. So, but don't forget to follow HCW on all the social media at HCW Live 23. And don't forget to follow them on Patreon for $5 a month to get all access to all their shows. And then after 3 months, all their stuff gets put on YouTube.
That's facts. And then make sure you like, follow, and share the podcast. Trying to grow this thing, and we
Not too
will
fast,
get
though.
to our live episode, our first live episode with Red James. I'm excited about that as long as Bobby sits in between us.
I think I'm going to have to after seeing the clip of that clip. I'm just saying.
Don't.
Oh, I'm just saying. I don't know actually what happened, but after seeing the clip of the clip.
This guy.
But no, I'm excited also. That's going to be a very fun show. We're going to have to make room in this bitch. So, all I'm saying.
It'll be a good time. But anyways, guys, you have been officially chopped with Bumpin' Chops. Hope you have a great night.
Later.